An insurance agent is a fancy word for salesperson. Now, I get insurance agents watching this video or in the comments already typing within 3 seconds saying that's wrong, I'm an agent. But truth be told, the way that the industry has gone as far as your car insurance and your home insurance, an agent is supposed to be the person that's there to navigate you, to help you understand what insurance is, explain the coverages, and what honestly this whole channel talks about, and give you the time to understand and see the points of views so that you can make an informed decision. Another way to look at insurance agents, because there are multiple versions of them, is at which type of agent you're talking to. So there's two main types of insurance agents. You either have your independent agent or your exclusive agent. When you say exclusive, the companies that should come to mind are Liberty Mutual, Allstate, State Farm. We'll go over and explain a little bit more in depth what an agent is, what they're going to do for you, if they're worth it to have an agent, and if there's a cost to that. Let's dive in and explain what is an insurance agent and should you really use one. Like we mentioned, the definition of an insurance agent is they're basically there to help you shop and give you the advice and be knowledgeable. They were trained in insurance. Now, insurance is not an easy training process, so they should be knowledgeable. Unfortunately, I would fair to say that 70% of all of new agents don't have a clue what they're talking about, at least for the majority of them. When you go through a licensing course, companies license you to be knowledgeable in this space. What are the definitions of insurance? All of these terms that you're not used to, policy periods, time frames, cancellation dates, how much time does the governor have to respond or the insurance commissioner have to respond in an incident? All of the things that you would expect to know, most of us aren't going to remember that. A lot of that's just memorization and a lot of trick questions. But essentially that's the knowledge and that's the training. So you really could be a licensed insurance agent within about 3 weeks. So you're probably asking the first question, which is an insurance agent cheaper to go through versus going on my own? And it's a double-edged sword. It's kind of like picking a best friend. That person that's willing to stop you and say, this isn't a good fit. This isn't a good idea. And that's where it costs you money to shop on your own, because if you don't know the coverages and what you should carry in your specific state, then you're just throwing darts against the wall, and it leads you to do what everybody does, which is shop by price. So yes, insurance agents can be cheaper. Now, back in the day, agents used to charge for their knowledge. And that's one thing that a lot of people get a little bit scared about, is how much does it cost? In, I would say, probably 99% of the companies that you call or states that you're in, there is no extra cost. If you're in a market where you're just shopping left and right and everybody around you shopping, then there is fees that some states allow agents to charge for the time that it takes to quote, because quoting somebody can take several hours to fine tune and tweak to get the right pricing for you. Now, this sounds super complicated, but insurance isn't that complicated once you understand it. I'll actually link a video at the end that goes over the insurance 101, whether you're looking for home or auto. Long story short, if you're right with the right agent, one, it's going to save you time, it's going to save you stress, and honestly, I would say more often than not, it's going to save you money. Now, the main reason it's going to save you money isn't because the coverages are different. They'll probably be better coverages, and they might even cost more for that. But agents know, and have been doing this for years, they know where the discounts are. They know whether you're an alumni member, whether you're part of a credit union, whether you're a college student, you have good grades, what age that cuts off at. All of those discounts, which I have a video on that as well, go over that and explain where you're going to get the best deals. So it's not wrong to shop, but know what you're going after for coverages before you start shopping. So here's where the types of agents come into play. Like we said, there's exclusive and independent. Exclusive, more often than not, only has the one company. So if you're going to a farmer's agent, they usually can back up and talk with Progressive if they're not competitive. Or, for example, Farmers owns a Bristol West company, and Allstate owns Esurance, and all of these companies have these little sub-companies, and they sometimes have those as backups. But 1 to 2 companies versus your independent agent, they usually work with 5 or more companies. I've seen some companies work with 100 companies. So shopping between 2 companies, which have a really good name brand, versus shopping with 100 companies or even 5 is still better and likely going to get you a better fit if you're not a fit for that one specific company. It's all dependent on where you live. Location plays a huge factor in the cost, and when you're shopping with that company, if that one company deems that the state of Michigan is their best state that they want, and they're willing to cut their costs and lose money in that state to gain the business, then sure, that's going to be the better price-wise, but hopefully the agent there is knowledgeable, vice versa. Now, the role of an independent agent is to start digging in, and it's gotten a lot more complicated because insurance has gone a little bit kind of haywire. Essentially, most companies have lost a ton of money, and because of that, they're being very particular on the business that they allow their agents to write. So just as an agency or an agent over here, you can get what we call an appointment. You can be appointed with Nationwide or Progressive or Safeco or all of those companies, but you can lose them as well. So for those ones that have just sold and only cared about the price and not the coverage, not getting the customer the right fit, then a lot of the times what happens is all these claims come in, too many discounts were given out, and the wrong person's with the wrong company, and you can lose that appointment. You write the business that isn't a good fit for those companies. So for you agents out there, make sure that you're writing the right business for the person, not just trying to cheat the system to give them a deal that's only temporary. If you're looking on your paperwork, you might see something that's called insurer. An insurer is the company. So if I was an agent with State Farm and I'm an exclusive agent, I can only sell State Farm, I'm the agent, I'm the broker as some people call them. It's a little bit different to be a broker, but that's the word most people know. If I'm that person, you're the insured. You're the insured, the person we're insuring, and they're the insurer. So I'm the pass-through between them. It's up to you to decide the coverages that you select. So when you pick those, I write up the policy, I make the sale, I give the policy to the company, which is instantaneous most of the time, and I let them take over. You have to sign proof that you've done and agreed and reviewed and made sure that everything's correct. That's where you hear a lot of negative news where some agents didn't write the right way and people didn't catch it. So be careful if you don't trust the agent you're working with that you at least read the paperwork before you sign it. By the way, if you are looking for a reputable agent or looking for a new agent, I'll put a link in the description below. I've got several friends and myself and actually a company that I do that helps you connect with different agents. So I'm actually got that below if you're interested. There's a quote you can fill out and that'll usually connect you with somebody at least in your state or license there that should be able to help you with a lot of these questions. The bottom line is the insurance agent's job is to make everything smoother for you. Find you the good fit, find you the right coverages, and as life changes, be that person that is there for advice. If you're calling an agent versus calling a company, you're going to have less claims because they might talk you through things, you're going to have less issues, and you're going to likely pay less because of those things. Finding those discounts is huge because that can knock off 30-40% off a policy if you get the right agent that knows what they're doing. Yes, there's a lot of agents out there that have hit the market and some of them don't have the best language barrier, and that's part of the game, right? If communicating is a struggle, but to be honest with you, when you're doing that with an agent, even though it might be frustrating a little bit up front, usually when they set up a policy for you, it's set it and forget it unless we need to change it. So unless anything happens or changes, you're not paying extra for that agent most states. You're still paying the same price either way. What happens is the insured company or the insurer will pay you the same or have you pay the same to them. They'll either pocket the money or give it to the agent. So it doesn't save you more if you go online with the little mini asterisk. Some companies do like a 7% discount, but I'll be honest with you, I've ran a test across that, and more often than not, it costs you more because of the knowledge piece. Not knowing the coverages and just defaulting to those online prices doesn't give you the right coverage most of the time. They're there to be enticing, to be marketing pieces for a dollar amount. Get them the right price, let them think they have good coverage, which is usually okay coverage. It's not the end of the world stuff. But in those cases, that's the goal of that, is to get you enticed enough to purchase it. So should you go to an agent? I 100%, without saying go to our agency or anything like that, doesn't matter if you're just Googling it, I would always go to an agent. I would at least talk to one of them that's knowledgeable. If there's not a connection there, move on to the next one. Make sure that they're knowledgeable, helpful, and they're looking to understand your situation first. If that's the case, then that's the route I would take. If you are looking to learn more about the insurance, I'll put my auto insurance 101, my home insurance 101, and then right in front of my face, I'll just throw up my discounts 101. If you're looking to shop it yourself and you don't want an agent, that might help you with some of the discounts available. I'm Mark with Think Insurance. I'll see you in the next one.